Okay, this is just a follow-up on Myth, the horse I started in the Way of the Horse in 2010. We've had him here for over a month now, and I rode him 3 times to get him over the problems he was having with the bridle. And Isobel, our German instructor, or one of our German instructors, has been riding him ever since then, and she's just been polishing him up and getting him real soft on the walk and trot so far. He's accepting the bit really nicely now, and he's very, very soft, so she's getting him ready now for Ian, the guy that's going to purchase him. So hopefully there's going to be a bright future for Myth. As you can see, he's pretty relaxed now with that contact and doesn't seem to get worried by that at all. It's just interesting, you know, when you hear people talking about the horse, like his problem was supposed to be he had no mouth, which really means he doesn't understand how to respond to the bit, or he's had a problem with the bit. I sort of take exception at times to the way people blame the horse for things when actually it's a training problem that could have been easily resolved. So this horse is going to have a bright future, and Ian is going to carry on having lessons from us in the future, so I can see everything working out really nicely for this horse. He's changing flexion pretty nice there through the drums. Okay, here we go, up to the trot now. The transition was pretty smooth, soft. He's handling that really well. I must say, in defense of the lady that was going to purchase the horse, he really was having some problems when he came with the bridle, so I can quite understand her point of view that he wasn't really ready for her to carry on with. He had some things that needed to be sorted out, but as you can see, they've been sorted, and he's really, really relaxed about accepting the bit now. You know, when it comes to bits bridling and acceptance of the bit, it's a trainer issue, really. All of our horses tend to feel pretty well the same by the time they've been started and going on the saddle for a few months. So I don't really believe you get a horse with a hard mouth, a medium mouth or whatever, or give it a grade of any sort. I just believe it's up to us to teach them how to respond properly so that they can be light. If you release the reins when the horse is heavy and pushing through pressure, then basically that's what you're going to build in. If you only release and he finds how to get off that pressure, then he'll practice that more and he'll get softer and lighter. So that's basically all we've done with this horse. Is if he got worried and pushed through the bit, we just held a little until he stopped pushing. In some cases, held quite a lot until he stopped pushing, but he's worked out the answer for himself rather than us thinking it's our job. It's sort of set it up so he finds the soft place. Okay, now Izzy's gonna give Ian a lesson with the horse, sort of give him some instruction on how he's been ridden and and see how we go. I'm really pleased to, well, I was going to say to have found Ian, but actually Ian found us, so it's really good that he's the type of guy that he is, and he's really interested in this soft approach to horsemanship. And I'll get the opportunity to see him once a month when I travel over to Victoria, so this is going to be a win-win for everyone, I think. He's just explaining to Ian that the way she's ridden the horse, you know, if he gets a little bit quick and starts to rush, then just to slow him down and stop him and back him up. And to teach him about timing, you know, we try and get our reins connected to the horse's feet, so when we just shorten up the reins as those legs leave the ground, we want our horses to just feel back for us and slow down their legs, or even stop altogether if we put enough pressure on them. Ian had a ride yesterday and he did really well. So today he looks like he's understood a lot more about the way we ride. We don't want any weight in our hands when we ride our horses. You know, it's just the weight of the reins basically. I believe any time a horse is putting pressure on the reins, then it's basically leaning into your hands and putting more weight on the forehand. So if we want a light, athletic horse that's really good at lateral work, I can't afford to have them putting any weight into my hands at all. Yeah. So these exercises are sort of a bit of a mixture of lateral bends and vertical flexion at the same time. So he's offering really soft lateral bends with vertical flexion. You can see his tail's just really relaxed, so he's not annoyed with us, he's not swishing it.
Make sure as you do your circle with hands directly, make sure you drop your outside hand a bit to lengthen that rein. So you don't need to change the length of your rein, you just slightly lift your inside hand and drop your outside hand. And if you change direction, you just change it round, and that way your outside rein is never in your way. Because if that's too short, the outside one, that will keep them from bending to the inside. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
This is looking good. Nice soft back up. That's good. Ian was really happy with that, so he's just give Myth a bit of time to soak on it. That was good. That's really important, you know, if you get something better than you expected, just give the horse some time to rest on that release, and just maybe he's going to be more inclined to do it again if you give him some time out every time he does something really well. You can see the attention that Miss got on Ian now. Ian's talking to Izzy about how to do the stop a little better, and the horse is just sitting there with his ears just totally focused on Ian. This is just great to have that connection. This horse has really changed, you know. It's been a few years since I've seen him, and apart from the few issues he's had with the bridle, he's just matured so much and so much more of a relaxed horse around humans, which is really great. I'll see if I can get a bit of a close-up of this feel. Just focus more on the horse for you for a while. Just see how little it takes when he does stop and back up or change directions. You can say most of the time he's got that slight little bit of slack in the reins all the time, and that's plenty for him to feel your intent.
You don't need to stop him and give him a huge break every time.
No.
You can
Let him
keep
think.
on riding, just release your reins a little bit, then you know that it's good.
Yeah, okay.
But don't kind of just ignore it,
Yeah.
because then he won't do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he thought that was not what he wanted.
You can just walk up along the street and relax the reins.
He's just going for a walk and let him have some time out and relax, and lengthened his rein. So even though we're riding fairly loose compared to normal riders, he was still concentrating really hard and putting himself in sort of a self-carriage, so he still needs a relax and drop the reins and just let him stretch out every now and then.
Do a circle in between to slow him down a little bit, but make sure you get to his feet and get him to slow. Shorten your reins a bit.
That's back with me now. Feel it now.
Yeah, and then you let him go straight again.
Yeah.
And as soon as you feel him speed up, you need to do something to get him listening again.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
Head up, you need to get really low, like down to your knees. And one very important thing, make sure you don't accidentally touch him with your leg as you're rising. That will make him really speed up.
Okay, Ian's getting ready to have a bit of a trot, and see if he'll stay with him at the trot.
Enough to get him to trot.
This is when he used to get really bothered and throw his head around a lot, so Izzy's got it sorted out. There we go, that wasn't a bad transition. Yeah, that's good. Kept his head soft and didn't start fighting the bit. That's nice. That's great. Finn's done a great job, you know, he's been used to riding differently, so sort of riding with your energy and not kicking to go is a bit of a change for him. And Myth's so damn sensitive, you know, if you kick him, he'll be off into a canter. He's really sensitive. And then you hold him, and of course then I think that's where all the bit issues came from. Too much leg and then too much of a restricting hand, and he just got really bothered by it. There you go, that was another really nice transition. So still a bit of ongoing work with him, you know, we've got to get him to be able to canter that relaxed, but the way he's going at the walk and trot, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be just perfect in another few months. And as you and him were talking about sort of setting this up for a trot, you know, instead he'd like to just go for a trot down the fence line, and he explained that, you know, on a circle you can keep him with you more and you get him to relax more. Once you get a straight line, they can get their necks straight and stiff and up a lot easier. So we've been doing lots of circles with him, and you go straight when they're with you, and when they're relaxed we don't start going straight, because then you'd have to use a lot more hand to try and keep him with you. But he's ready now to go straight. Good. Changing rein. He's not quite as balanced on the right as he is on the left, but we'll see how it goes. Well, that was not bad at all. Really nice downward transition. This is good. Lower energy to get him more relaxed again, and just really like the way he just comes down really balanced. There's no push, you don't have to use much rein to get him back, or hardly any. It's more of your seat that's doing this.